Greetings! So one of the jobs that is quite involved and a lot of people feel quite daunted by it is the wiring for the headlights, or all the lights anyway. So what I'm going to do is talk you through what I've done here. Did this on my white car and I've done it on my current project. What should we do here? Okay, so let's sort of like talk about sort of the Boxster to start with. So with the Boxster, you'll have a cable for the headlights, and then there is on each side. And for all the other lights on the Boxster, it's one long loom, and it comes out here and it goes under the bumper and it feeds the so what are they? The side lights there, and fog lights and stuff like that, front indicators. No, not the front indicators. And it does it like that. So it's one long wire like that, and then you have a headlight wire on each side. That's what I think. I can't quite remember, but it's definitely one long wire there. Now the thing you've got to do is unpick all of that and redo it for obviously side indicators, headlight, main beam, and then these are the front indicators in here and the DRLs as well. So, and if you look at a Boxster headlight, the front indicators are actually in the headlight unit. They're not separate. So they're included in that wiring that goes to the back of the Boxster headlight. So what I'm trying to say is you need to, as you strip down your car, you should, you know, label up the wiring loom of what does what. So when it comes to actually doing what we've got here, you don't get in a pickle. Now, I'm going to talk about something that I discovered when I was doing the white car, and that is called CAN-bus. Now, the Boxster 986, when I did the grey GT3, didn't have CAN-bus, I don't think. Well, but anyway, when I was wiring up the lights, it was very easy. You know, that's a headlight wire, you put that into the headlight wire, that's the side indicator, and everything was fine. The problem with the 987 Boxsters, and it'll be the same, I guess, on all cars from now on, is they use CAN-bus. Now, my understanding of CAN-bus is very basic. To me, I think it means that, you know, there's wiring in the car that can perform more than one function, and thus it reduces down the amount of wires that a car wiring loom would have. Now, if that is wrong, or I'm sure someone with a lot more knowledge than me, please let me know in the comments on this video. But long story short, because it's got this CAN-bus, if you just wire the wires up directly to the, you know, the new Porsche lights, what happens is the Boxster gets a bit upset and you get errors on the dashboard because it thinks things aren't connected, etc, etc. So what you need to do is on every light circuit, you have to have one of these CAN-bus error cancellers, right? So they're basically a glorified resistor, okay? So you have to have that on every single circuit, let's say, you know. So if you've got the front indicator, the power from the Boxster loom has to go into one of those and then come out again and then connect to the actual light. So yeah, that's basically what that whole sort of craziness of wires is. So I have, in addition, relays here, right, that I've done that enable the DRLs to come on all the time. When you actually look at one of these lights, right, so I haven't got it to hand, it's in a box somewhere, but basically the main sort of lens, that's actually the side indicator, right, sorry, front indicator, that's the indicator, and they're very bright. And then there is a strip which I wire up, and there are two settings on that strip. So if you look at the back of that light, there are four pins. One's obviously earth, one's obviously indicator, one is the sort of DRL strip bright light, and then one is a dimmer light. So what I've done on this one is, with a good help from a good friend of mine, Mark, who worked this all out, is what I have now is when the ignition comes on this car, the bright DRL strip will always be on, right? And then when I turn the side lights on the car, these act as side lights, and the dimmer, well, they're not so bright strip comes on, and obviously the rear lights come on as well. So because at the moment on the white car, I just wired them up to be side lights. So if I want to drive around in the day and have the effect of a DRL, I just have to turn my side lights on, which is all right, but it means my rear lights are on as well during the day. So, but anyway, I'm going to stop now for a sec. So the way I do this wiring, right, is this car actually had xenons, right? And there's the actual proper xenon ballast there, right? But anyway, the wires come out and you'll see what is the box, the headlight plug and all that. And you need to, and what I've done is I've taken it all apart and I've extended the wires. Now, you can't see, oh, I've got that in the way. You can't see it actually at all. Where are we? I have them, you might be able to see here. Behind there is a hole, right? Is it here? Behind there is a hole, right? So long story short, what I do is, obviously a lot of the main loom is here, right? On this side of the car. I extend the wires so they come into the car, they go all along here, go into the CAN bus error canceller, and then comes back out, boom, 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 and then I construct the circuits that I need, right? So this is, this will be for my DRL, it goes down there. That's my side indicator in there, and this is my headlight, right? Now, I did this when I first bought the car and started stripping it, because it's a lot easier when you've got no panels in the way, you know, and I spent many an hour with my bottom on here, sitting in here, doing all of this. But if you want to not have any errors on your dashboard, that's what you've got to do, I'm afraid. So in terms of the, 1 second, my beautiful wife's calling. I'm back. Right, what was I talking about? I think I was just talking about the wires. So the other thing is so if you think about it, we've got 2 main beams, 2 dip beams, 2 side lights, 2 front indicators, and I can't remember now. Yeah, that's it. So that's why I have 8 of those CAN bus error cancellers. Have the resistors there, they're for the side indicators, because they don't need, you don't need to have one of them for the side indicators. And the thing is these get hot. They're like, you know, they're resistors, these are like resistors, they do get slightly hot. So what you want to do is mount it on metal. So what I did is, I used to have a CD changer in here, and it had a cage. So I cut the cage down and then created this sort of 2-tier shelf system where I bolt the resistors to and the CAN bus cancellers, and yeah. And the beauty is with all the trims back on the car, you know, you can lift up this and, you know, get to it if you ever need to. But I mean, and so, because the thing is I think this is the best place to store all this stuff, because it's out of the way, but it's mounted to metal. I mean, you could try and hide them in the wheel arches and stuff like that, but the beauty of this is it sort of centralizes it all. And you've got to remember, the original box to wiring loom was like that. And what it enables you to do is, okay, you have the box to wiring loom, or part of it, go there. Let's say, because I think, I'm sure it's right, that the side indicator on the Boxster is part of that wiring loom that goes around there. So it starts there. But the beauty is now, I've got basically the power coming into here, and then it comes out, and I can then just make the wires for, say, this side, for this side indicator, this side light, come out that way. And that's what I have. I'm trying to think where the hole is. I think you've got that grommet there. I think there might be, there's another grommet back there where all the wiring comes out, yeah. So it's just quite a neat way. It's a bit, you just need to take your time with it and do one thing at a time, sort of thing, and you'll get there. And then at the end, you just zip tie it all together. Excuse me. And because, for example, each one of these CAN bus things needs to be earthed, I'll show you another video. That is just a mounting point that goes directly to the battery earth that powers all of them. Yeah, so it's not like, and then of course I have to have earths running back to the light units, but it just cuts down the wiring because otherwise it'd have even more. But yeah, that's it. I mean, if you've got any questions on that, stick it in the comments and I'll try and answer it. But yeah, good luck, guys.